call is now being recorded.
All right. All right, thank you. This is Jordan Vinroe of JSD, the founder of JSD. This is being recorded, and I have your permission to record and to release the raw audio. Correct, Jordan?
Yes.
Okay. This is for an article I am writing that's going to be FOAC and more specifically Kim Stolfer's opinions and get answers to accusations that he made against JSD Supply. I think it's only fair that I do that since I gave him the opportunity to make these accusations. I believe that it's only fair to have JSD respond to these accusations. And Jordan Vinroe, what is your position with JSD first?
Yes, I'm the owner of JSD, or president, I guess you could say, but yeah.
Okay. All right, let's just establish that I have someone in power from JSD to respond to these.
Yeah.
All right, so Kim Stolfer made a bunch of accusations that are pretty damning, and I just want to get your response to these accusations. Just to be clear, I'm going to release this fully raw and unedited to YouTube with no commentary attached. So I'm going to let everyone determine what they believe.
Sure.
Okay, so first, let's do it this way. He made the accusation that you guys don't have a conscience about the guns that you put on the streets. What is your response to that? Do you have a conscience? Do you care what happens when someone buys your firearms?
Yeah, I mean, of course we do. We've denied plenty of sales based on, numerous different things, comments that the potential customer would say, things like, well, can you build this for me? Well, no, sir, we can't. And that's an appropriate question. People that maybe this is new to them don't quite understand all the nuances to it. So we're also there to educate as well. So, no, sir, we can't. If we build it for you, we'd have to be licensed manufacturer, serialize it, do the whole thing. So if you build it yourself, you're a private entity, you're not required to do those things. So if they keep pushing the issue, or they ask us if, what if I give you another $100, or do you know anybody that can, if they keep pushing it, we decline the sale. We don't want that to happen. That's not legal. We follow the law. And that's part of what we're here for as well. We want to educate and, have good gun owners, in the population.
All right. Okay. But let's say somebody comes up to buy it and you get a bad feeling, like they're a criminal, or they make some comments about reselling it after they make it. Why are you selling it? Do you refuse to sell?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because that would be illegal for for that to happen. And yeah, we don't. I mean, we're in business to make money, but we don't need money that bad to sell to those types of folks. So yeah, we've denied plenty of sales for those exact reasons.
All right. He also makes the accusation that you are pitting guns on the streets through nefarious means. I'm not really sure what he's referring to. I should have followed up with him on that, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys pit any guns on the streets through any illegal means or any nefarious means?
No, of course not. I mean, we have a public website just like anybody else does, and we're at gun shows out in the open in the public, I'll say every weekend, maybe not every weekend, but just about every weekend. We're at a gun show somewhere in the country. So
yeah, you do a lot of cash and carry sales, and this is one of the issues that Kim had an issue with, that there's no paper trail. Is there any chance of you guys banning the use of cash at gun shows?
No, of course not. I mean, it's part of your right as a citizen to be as private as you want to be. So we're never going to ban cash. That's just a silly thing to say.
What is your response to about not having a paper trail?
Again, that's your right as an American citizen. The right to firearms has been around forever. The right to manufacture your own arms has been around forever. So we just follow the law, I guess. And it's, if you want to be private about it, that's what you do. And I have no problem with that. And neither should the government. That's, maybe part of the issue with the government is they're overreaching, wanting to know every last thing that you do. We're for the privacy of the citizen.
Right. On the gun show front, do you sell 150 kits to a single person?
No, never. That numbers like that
Have you ever?
have flown. I mean, so we've sold, I don't know that quantity. We've sold a large amount to different individuals that are reselling them as 80s to, their group of buddies.
Yeah.
Maybe they buy 20. They got a few buddies that say, hey, pick me up 1 or 2 or whatever. And one guy comes and buys them all. Or there are other gun show dealers from other states that show up and buy from us. And then resell.
Not just some random guy off the street.
No, that's never happened. Never.
Okay. Also, do you sell other things besides just P80s? Because one of the accusations was you only sell the P80 kits. You don't sell anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we sell everything. For a Glock pistol, we sell all of the parts, triggers, pins, springs, slides, barrels, the whole thing. Sig P320, similar situation. We manufacture the 80% receiver for the P320. We sell that. We sell the jig, all the corresponding parts, barrels, slides. We mess with some AR-15 stuff here and there. Not much recently, but again, similar situation. All the parts for those when we have them. That's just what we do. We're a very niche company. I mean, we sell kind of one segment of the industry. So that's what we do. That's what we like. That's what we know. So that's what we stick to.
But do you sell the known gun runners? That was another accusation that he made, that you guys sell the known gun runners.
No. I mean, I don't know who they are. Is there a list of gun runners out there that we can check? I don't know how you get that classification or how a guy like me would find that. The only thing I would say to that is if the Attorney General's office or the DA or whoever's at the shows, if they know that these bad people are there that are going to go do something bad, why are they allowing them into the show in the first place? Or why are they allowing them to make purchases from me and other folks? We're not the only ones that sell this product at these gun shows. There's probably 3 to 10 other guys, depending on how, the size of the show that sells the same product. So, why are they allowing somebody like that at the show, or why are they allowing them out of prison if they're still a menace to society? I don't know who the gun runners are. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I would know. Maybe the government should inform us better on that front. I'm not sure.
How about the accusation that you sell in known criminal areas or areas with known criminals?
Yeah, I don't know what areas. I would imagine every area has known criminals. Bad people exist all over the place. I sell at gun shows. So if a gun show is held in an area like that, that's where the event is. We go to the gun show. We don't create the gun show. Some of the shows that we do are in very, quote, higher class areas. One's kind of near the King of Prussia Mall near Philadelphia, and I'm not super familiar with the area, but it's, a high dollar mall. Louis Vuitton is in there and stores like that, Tiffany and different things. So I don't know what areas, would be high crime. Some other shows are smaller areas, but honestly, I don't know. I don't research the crime statistics before we go to a venue.
All right. How about the other vendors? He made accusation that every single vendor wants you gone in there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. Generalizations usually aren't true, but several vendors have complained about us because we're there to sell. We're there to make money. We're in business to do that. So we are actively selling. We don't sit down usually. We definitely don't read the newspaper like a lot of these guys do. Some of these guys do. We're busy pretty much all the time, no matter what time of year it is or what the political atmosphere is. So these other guys maybe aren't, and so they're not sure how a group of guys like us can, come into their world and sell while they're not. And again, we've been in business for almost 8 years, so this type of conversation has happened from day one. We've been busy. They aren't. I don't know. They're selling stuff people don't want, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't really concern myself with what some of these other dealers are doing. It's really none of my business if they make money or not. I hope they do. I hope everybody succeeds. But at the end of the day, I know what we do, and that's what we're there for.
All right. Your business, one of the other complaints is that your business location's not marked. There's no sign that says JSD Supply.
Right.
And you run it out of like a warehouse. What's your accusation on that?
Yeah. So that's 100% true.
On that, sorry.
Sure. So, that's 100% true. I own a couple of different businesses. So another business that I own is a self-storage or mini storage facility. And on that same property is our warehouse and offices. We're not set up for retail sales. We do not permit walk-in business. We don't have a sign. I actually still have the old sign from the previous tenant that was there on the marquee out front. I don't want people knowing where we're at necessarily, and we're not set up for retail sales. So the less advertisement I have about where I'm at or whatever, the less amount of potential theft or, people trying to come in and purchase things. We're not set up for that. And that's not something that we're able to do in our current setting. So, it's not for any kind of nefarious reason. I'm kind of a private guy. Being out here in the spotlight sort of thing is not, my cup of tea. It's kind of out of my comfort zone, but we're as private as we can be, basically. So yeah, there's no sign. There's not going to be a sign. There's never going to be a sign. So.
Do you buy all your stuff from Ohio and to resell?
No. We do get some supply from Ohio, and we use a coating company in Ohio. So I don't know where that came from. Maybe just a general conversation with one of our guys at the show saying we just picked up some parts from Ohio, but we get stuff from different places in the United States. Some does come from Ohio, but it's kind of a weird comment, I think.
Yeah. How did this JSD versus FOAC stuff start?
So I've never heard of them. Yeah, up until last weekend, he went up to one of our guys at the show and told him that, it's my understanding that he said, you should be ashamed of yourself for selling these things, and just went on a, litany of questions about, how we're bad people and we have no soul and that sort of, conversation. So I had no idea who they were. So I started researching them a little bit, and they appear on the surface to be Second Amendment guys, but, in my opinion, if you don't support the entire Second Amendment, you don't support any of it. So I don't know. I don't know who they are. As far as I know, Kim has never reached out to us as a company or me personally. I'm not in the emails every day. So what's that?
Have you ever reached out to them?
I sent them a message, I think on Instagram. I don't remember if I messaged Kim. I've actually been traveling this weekend, so when this all came out, I was not really around, and my schedule's been a little hectic. So, I'd be more than willing to have a conversation with them. I like to see where this type of conversation is coming from on their end. If they're, pro Second Amendment, I'd like to see them pro all of the Second Amendment and not just for their buddies or, their personal gain.
All right. One more question for you, then I will let you go. With all the spotlight on you guys, put on by FOAC, do you think that they're working behind the scenes to actually have 80% and unfinished receivers banned, because that's an accusation a lot of people make on the internet. So I just want to see if that, I'm not saying that it's coming from you, but
Right.
do you think that the people who say that are justified or are on the right track?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that definitely did not come from me, but I'd like to say no, that's not what they're doing. But at the same time, that's an easy one for them to give up in this type of compromise era that we seem to be in the gun industry. So they don't care about home-built guns. They don't care about civilians and citizens being able to defend themselves the way that they see fit. So if they can get rid of this, much like the bump stock, then, they think that, or possibly, I mean, this, I don't have any proof of this, but maybe it's a bargaining chip later down the road. Well, hey, listen, we gave up bump stocks. We gave up home-built firearms. Take it easy on us now that you want full registration or whatever the next thing's going to be, universal background checks, all those sort of things. So I don't know. I mean, it's never good to compromise on our gun rights. We've never gotten any of them back. So it's a poor decision if that's the favor you're trying to gain from the radical, progressives and anti-gun lobby. So.
All right, I think that's it. I want to thank you so much, Jordan, for taking the time out of your day. Like I said, I will upload this in its entirety without any editing, so I don't misquote anyone. And I'm going to write an article about Kim Stolfer and FOAC and their opinions and their accusations and your responses to those accusations. And hopefully we can all work it out somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right. Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for the call, John.
All right, thank you. All right, bye.
All right.